Hello, family, friends, and followers. Welcome to another episode of Not Camping with the Campbells. Or, wait a minute, we are camping with the Campbells. My name's Edward, and welcome. Hello, family, friends, and followers. Welcome to another episode of Camping with the Campbells. My name is Edward, and here we are. So, for those of you that have been following us, you know that we made it to Arkansas in May. I know it's been a long time since I've made a video, and that's totally because it has been a madhouse. Oh, madhouse. Speaking of house, we bought a house. So, yeah. I'll tell you like I tell everybody. We did not come to Arkansas with the intention of buying a house. It just happened that way. We were going to our whole intention was to come to Arkansas, build an RV spot at my brother's house. He has a couple acres on the lake, and to have a place to come back to occasionally to visit. Well, that led to let's find a small little piece of property that we can call our own and build us an RV site. We're going to spend the money on having the electric. I mean, the electric alone was going to cost $2,000 or more. Then to have some type of septic put in, the last time I checked on that, that was $8,000 starting price, $8,000 starting price, and then to have water put out there, who knows? So the finding a piece of property turned into, well, let's find a property with an old rundown house that we could just bulldoze a house, and we'll have electric, water, and sewer. That's boats on the river. We're on the Arkansas River, and you can hear the boats running by. Anyway, got sidetracked there. So we looked at a house. It was down a hill, and the road was washed out, because when it rains here, it frickin' rains. It ain't like Washington where, oh, look, it's raining, and you don't even blink your eyes. Now here, when it rains, it washes stuff down the driveway. That's how much it rains here in Arkansas. Now, there again, we did not come here with the intention of buying a home, which led to, let's find a rundown house we can repair. Well, I couldn't get that financed. So, which led to, let's find a house we can live in. So, what we wound up getting is 2.5 acres with a 3-bedroom house, 2-car garage, and a carport. And a lot of quiet. And squirrels, and bugs, and mosquitoes, and spiders, and oh my gosh, so many bugs. So many bugs. It's unreal. Bugs everywhere. But we're happy. Now we have a home base. And you see the old girl here behind me. She's got a lot of work that needs to be done. I managed to drive it all the way here from Washington. So let's get into that one just a little bit. For those of you that have followed me, you know the stories. But for those of you that are new to the channel, because we made a big change and we are no longer full-time RVers. We made it 2 weeks shy. We left Washington and moved into our RV October 1st, 2020. We moved out of our RV into our house September 27th of 2021. We almost made it a year. We drove from Washington State. We stayed at 2 state parks in Washington State, 2 state parks in Oregon. We spent a couple months in McKinleyville, California with my daughter. Then we went to Arizona and spent 4 months in Arizona, and then we came here. We stayed almost 3 weeks at my brother's place, and then we moved to an RV park in Lamar, Arkansas. And then we waited for this place and we moved here. So, the old girl, I never could get my trailer brakes on my trailer to work, and I'll show you a picture of my old off-road trailer that I carried the tracker on most of the time. Never could get my trailer. In California, when we had the radiator, okay, when we come across the Columbia and started up the hill going towards Astoria, Oregon, coming from Washington to Oregon, we puked all of our antifreeze out. Luckily, I had planned our trips for 4 hours from Washington to Beverly Beach State Park in Oregon. That 4 hour took us 12. I hear a car coming. I'm going to pause right here. Have a good girls' day. So, for those of you that are new to the channel and you don't know it, I'll pick back up where I left off. We found out that we had radiator issues. And the wife's like, what are we going to do? We're just leaving. I said, well, we're not going back to Washington. So, I've drove junk all my life. Let's get it there. So, we drove it till it got hot, put water in it. Drove it till it got hot, put water in it. And our 4 hour trip to Beverly Beach took 12 hours. We then got up, we were there for 2 days. We got up the day of travel, and we drove another 4 hours. No, it was 12, because you drive till it gets hot, put water in it. Drive till it gets hot, put water in it. Had to stop one time along the way to fill the tank back up because we emptied our tank, our freshwater tank. Got it to California at my daughter's house. Then we had the radiator replaced. That was about $1,800, $600 to purchase the radiator, but while it was out, I did a water pump, belts, pulleys, tensioners, did it all. Water pump. Should have replaced the alternator, but I didn't. Should have replaced the power steering pump, but I didn't. Then we drove on to Arizona from California, and I want to tell you, there's mosquitoes out here already. Look at this. It's like 11 o'clock, and their mosquitoes are still out here because of all the shade. Anyway, so we got to California and had the transmission rebuilt. I feel like we got really lucky with that, because it's a turbo 400, well, turbo 424 or 420 something. It's not a 427. It's not the normal turbo 400. It's a heavier duty model for the motorhome. But we had the transmission rebuilt for $2,000 at ADCO Transmission in, where was that? Not Golden Valley. It was in, I'll insert name here because I can't remember what it is. It was that town next to Golden Valley, but it wasn't in Laughlin. It was, yeah, okay. So we had the transmit. Great job. We then stayed in. As we were getting ready to leave May 1st, I went to step on the brake, had no brakes. Found a broken brake line, rusted out, broken brake line, so I fixed that, I put a patch in. Come to find out, while I was in Arizona, I took the brake, I beat the calipers off the rear axle, off of the brake caliper brackets. They were rusted to it, wouldn't move. Put new pads on it. The calipers do move. When you push down on the brake pedal, the calipers do move. I still had no rear brakes. I put brand new trailer brakes on it on the trailer in California. Got a brand new brake wire running from the rear plug all the way to the brand new brake controller. Never had trailer brakes the whole trip. Only had front brakes on the RV. I'm afraid to look at what they're looking at, but you will see that if you care to see it later. Because, so anyway, we made it to Arkansas in May. The intention was I wasn't going to move the RV again until I repaired it. Well, then we decided to look for a house, and that said, okay, well, no money goes to the RV. So I drove it here. It's parked. it's going to stay here until I can get it repaired. But the wife still wants to go to New Hampshire next spring, so we've decided to fly her there instead of taking the RV, because there's just no way I'm going to be able to get the RV repaired enough for her to be able to go next spring, because it's already, what, October? November's right around the corner, you know, then December for Christmas, and so it's going to be a long trip. So another thing that you're going to see is I'm going to be doing repair videos on the RV. I love making videos, and that's why I'm out here today. I love making videos, so I'm going to make videos on all the repairs. I'm going to do some upgrades on the lights. I got to replace all the marker lights on it. I'm going to do some upgrades, and I'll be putting out those videos. I'm going to do those videos on Camping with the Campbells because they pertain to camping. I got to repair my stairs. I'll show you that. My stair steps are rusted and falling apart and breaking. We had to stack bricks and boards under it to make it stable enough to go in and out. The motor doesn't work. I need to replace the front brakes. I'm going to put all new calipers, new rubber brake lines on it. I just got bit by a mosquito on my shoulder. Dadgummit. I got to repair the exhaust leaks. I got to do something to the steering. I got to order new tires, new spare. I'll show you all that on videos. If you're interested, follow the channel and I'll show you. So I'm going to be making plenty of RV videos. I'm also going to open up a new channel for myself called Old Man Tinkers, a YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do there is, when I repair the fenders on my trailer, when I work on my brother's truck, when I do oil changes, when I do decorations here at the home place, when I rent a tractor to grade the driveway so the water runs off, anything like that, anything I'm doing around here. I've got to repair a chair today. I'm probably going to make a video on that. We bought a table and chairs for the kitchen, and one of the chairs is broke. So I'm going to make a video on how I repair that. I am not a woodworker. I'm telling you, I can't cut a straight line with a skill saw or a sawzall. Can't cut a straight line. I don't work well with wood. Every time I try to weld it, it catches on fire. So I'm going to try to do this new thing called glue. Have no clue how to work with glue, but I'm going to YouTube it, and I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to share it with you if you're interested in it on my new channel called Old Man Tinkers. It's not there yet, but it will come soon. Also, I will share with you about the RV. We will travel again. We will. Because once I get the RV repaired to where I can trust it, which I should have done before we went full-time RV. I had this RV sitting at our house in Washington for 1 year prior to us going full-time RV. The problem is, I was also doing mechanic work in my garage, and I had 20 vehicles sitting in my yard waiting for me to get to them. And I had to knock out 4 of them at a minimum and then towed the rest of them to a friend's house for him to find somebody else to work on them. I had to get those done. Well, that didn't give me time to scrub up mine. My generator needs to be worked on. It needs to, in Washington, you can't buy non-ethanol gas. Oh, looky here. Here in Arkansas, that's all you get's non-ethanol. You have to choose the one with ethanol in it. So anyway, needless to say, my carburetor is stopped up with ethanol on the generator. It needs a starter. I've got to research that. The question is it more economical to just take that old Onan out? It's a 1988. Is it more economical to take that old Onan out and put in like a new Predator from Harbor Freight? That's a good question. Tell me in the comments down below if you think I should. Should I just take out the Onan and put in a Predator? I know Dave from Dave's RV Life, he put in a Predator and Betty. Betty? Is that what he called his RV? Betty? I think it was. Anyway, that's doable. I seen how he did it. How he sheet metaled the bottom and put a couple of 12-volt fans in there that ran off his batteries. Speaking of batteries, when we bought the RV, it had one 12-volt battery in it, and I had 2 6-volt golf cart batteries, and I put in it, and a lot of folks on the forum said, well, your batteries are only as good as your weakest battery. Well, you know what? There was a lot of times, I've got that brand new smart charger, that 4-stage smart charger in the RV that we bought when we first got it. and I've got the electric or the propane tankless water heater. I've got that video to put out. I bought a brand new computer. Here's what happens with my videos. My video editing software got an update. My computer is no longer compatible with that software, so it just won't function. So I bought a new computer, and I upgraded, and gosh, it worked great. About a month, and then the brand new computer, Windows crashed in it, and it has no backup recovery, and my Dinkleberry didn't make a backup disk for it, so I'm stuck with a brand new computer, been sitting for a month, can't use it. Well, what it all boils down to is my videos aren't going to be as high quality as they used to be for right now until I can get that computer fixed, but I want to make videos. I enjoy making these videos for you folks. I hope you get something out of them. This one, there's kind of a waste of me sitting here talking, but I'm letting you know that things are coming. Maybe you'll keep an eye on us. Maybe you'll, maybe not. But I'm really looking forward to working in the garage. I'm really looking forward to getting back on old girl here, because I've got a few things. You know, I love those lights. Oh, those lights are awesome. And if you look back at my channel, you probably see me putting those lights in. Just like the old tracker here, it's going to get some work too. So, Old Man Tinkers, I'm going to go in and create it right now and put one of my, I have a video that I worked on, a 2005 Ion at my house at the garage in Washington. I'm going to go in there right now and start Old Man Tinkers and put those videos. I think I got some videos of making these bumpers. I love these bumpers. I'll put them on there. At least it'll have something, maybe. So, all right, folks. Well, let me see. Let me check my little list here, because I know somebody said it's great to have a list so you don't go off and we will travel again. There again, we will travel again. The wife wants to go to New Hampshire in the RV. We want to go up there and rent an RV spot on the lake. We want to go back to Washington again and see places we didn't get to see. I'm hoping that we'll tow the tracker behind the RV. I don't know. Mama bought a car in Arizona, so she wants to tow the car. She's like, oh, I'm going to take my car. Okay, babe. You know how it is. A good man needs a good woman, and a good woman runs the show. So that's the way it is. Don't believe me? Ask an old man that's been married for a lot of years. He knows. All right, then. Thank you, folks, for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, gosh. Did that just sound like Camper Van Kevin? No, don't say it's so. But I do. I appreciate each and every one of you that follow my channel. I don't do this for money. I don't have my videos monetized and none of that. I do this because I enjoy doing it. So maybe someday if I get popular or something, I don't know. I only have like a 200 and something followers. So yeah, I don't see me getting popular. This is more for my family and my friends than it is for anybody else. So, okay. Hey, we'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of your day.